Welcome to Tia's Table, where we talk about making fitness and wellness doable for busy women like you and me. Looking for healthy meal ideas, workout motivation, and good conversation? Don't worry, I got you, girl. Sit back, grab a snack, and let's have some girl talk. Hey girl, hey, welcome back to another episode of Tia's Table. I'm Tia, a certified group fitness instructor, behavior change coach, and nutrition expert. I help women develop healthy habits that align with their health, wellness, and fitness goals. If you or anyone that you know is interested in developing new habits, creating a new lifestyle for themselves that centers around health and wellness, like, girl, feel free to reach out to me. You can do that by emailing me at tiavfitness@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram at tiavfitness, and I would love to get you connected with the community over in our app where I do all of the coaching now. So, girl, welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what? It's almost Christmas. I think Christmas is in like 8 days. Like I don't even know, but I know it's coming. And someone shared a meme or something like that on Threads the other day that said, this is that time of year where people, when they see you or they run into you, they'll say like, are you all ready for Christmas? And it's kind of like, girl, no. Like, who's ever really ready? Christmas is low key almost like having a baby or getting a puppy. It's like, you're never ready. You're never ready. You just one day decide you're done, right? You just decide that, you know what, I'm finished with Christmas. Like, I'm not buying another thing. I'm not going to another thing. Not doing anything else. Like, I'm finished, and we're going to ride the Christmas wave until Christmas Day. That's where I'm at with Christmas right now. I feel like I'm going to wear my pajamas and watch the movies kind of phase of Christmas, where I'm not doing any more shopping. I'm not really interested in going anywhere else. We are going to go look at Christmas lights. Like we'll do our little annual light show. We'll do that. But I'm just kind of like, I'm settled. I'm ready for the school break to start so we can kind of have fun and relax and enjoy each other as a family. So it's kind of like, are you ready for Christmas? Like, girl, no, I'm not ready, but it's coming whether I'm ready or not. So I've just decided that I'm finished. I'm done doing anything extra. We'll put it that way, for Christmas. So what's on my table right now? And not much. I'm going to be honest with you, because it's literally exactly as I record this, it is 50 days until my 40th birthday. And while I still don't really know what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go, I do know that at some point in 2024, I will be going somewhere to celebrate my birthday. And I want to be ready. So I'm just using my official birthday as like my countdown, because that just keeps things really clean and organized for me. So right now, girl, it's not a lot on my table. It's really giving protein and veggies and healthy carbs. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm not going to lie to you. It's 6 times a day, 9-ounce plates, protein, veggies, and a healthy carb, right? That's literally what I'm doing. I've been eating protein bars. I found these protein bars at Costco that taste like hopes and dreams and all of the things that we should be striving for. Those bars taste like manifestation. You can't really see what's going to happen when you eat one, but you're full of the hope that it might make something happen. That's what those bars taste like. They're supposed to taste like brownies and or chocolate chip cookies, because it was a variety pack. It had 2 different flavors in it. The brownie flavor is absolutely awful. It tastes like nothing. The chocolate chip flavor is like, the more of them I ate, the more it started to taste like a chocolate chip cookie. But not exactly, But if I had to pick one flavor over the other, I would say the chocolate chip definitely is the better of the bars. And these are just the Kirkland brand protein bars. I think you get 21 grams of protein in a bar. All of the other numbers were pretty good on them when I read the nutrition label in the store. So I cannot recommend them based off taste alone. But if you're eating them just because like you need what's in them, Like, girl, go get you a box of those manifestation protein bars and let me know what you think. Something else that I found at Costco that has been extremely instrumental in helping me get all of my protein in are these grilled chicken packs. You get 10 packs of ready to go, like ready to eat chicken breasts. They are already like pre-packaged in the individual serving. I think you get like 3 ounces of chicken in each serving. It comes out to be, I want to say it's 24 grams of protein in each little individual pack. I shared these on Instagram, so hopefully you caught it. It was in my stories. But if you didn't catch them, look it up. It's in Costco, and I think they are only $14.99 for the 10 servings, which means technically you have 2 of your, like if you do them 2 a day, like twice a day, you have 2 of your protein servings knocked out if you use those chicken breasts for each day. So that's what I did. Since I got 10 of them in a pack, I was like, okay, so twice a day, I will eat these chicken breasts in some type of way. Sometimes I do them as a snack, and I'll put like hot sauce on them because, you know, hot sauce is like a safe condiment. I'll put hot sauce on them, shake them up, and now they're like little buffalo bites. I'll put them on well, you already knew this was coming, girl, didn't you? I put them on a salad or I've been making little veggie bowls, adding them to whatever dinner I might need to add them to. Like if I don't like the meat that my family is eating, like I'll do those instead. But it's just been a super easy way to get exactly the right amount of protein that I need each day between the chicken breast, the stuff I normally would eat, and the protein bars when I'm like in the car or, you know, like in a pinch. Like I've been really knocking my nutrition out of the water. So hopefully, you know, I said to y'all, everybody's going to end up with a Costco membership by the time we are done with, I would say, I would give us until the summer of 2024. By the time the summer comes, people will be reaching out to me and saying like, girl, I broke down and I went and got a Costco membership, because literally almost everything I'm going to be talking to y'all about from here on out is probably going to be something that I found at Costco, because Costco is like my Target. It's my jam. And I just love it. I love how easy Costco makes my life. Costco might need to run me a check. I'm not even going to front. They might need to run me something, because the way I'm going to have y'all going to Costco and buy all this stuff is not going to be a game. And I even get, like when I find little interesting, pieces of activewear there, if it's good, I will tell you. And I only mention that because the prices on their activewear is like really good. Like their little jogger sets, you know, it's not anything that's super high fashion or super cute. It just really does give like suburban mom running errands. But that's what we all need. We need those cute little 2-piece sets that actually come with a full shirt. It's not a crop top, you know. We need the cute little joggers with the little matching tops. Give us a little half zip moment or a full like sweatshirt or full hoodie moment. Girl, they have stuff like that. And the prices really do just make you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. And before you know it, you get to the register and you're like, oh my gosh, I came in here for strawberries, and $200 later, look at all this stuff that I got. Like, look at it. And it's fine. It's fine. You know, we swipe the cards, we load it up, we move past it, and it's okay. Because at least we didn't do that at Target, which sometimes I feel like when that happens to me at Target, I'm like, girl, Tia, you really didn't need a throw. Like, you didn't need another blanket. You didn't need another random pillow for your couch. Like, Target be getting me to do stuff that I really shouldn't be doing. Whereas Costco gets me to do things that I need. You know, it does really make my life easier. It's not so much as like an aesthetic impulse buy, which is I feel like what happens to me at Target. Target is all about the aesthetic. It's something that's going to make something smell good or look good. Whereas Costco is kind of like, girl, you know you need the stuff. Like you really do need chicken, or you really do need a little jogger suit so you can stop wearing your robe to drop your kids off in the morning, which I'm better about that now. That doesn't happen to me nearly as often as it used to. But yes, girl, go ahead. Please get yourself a Costco membership for Christmas, or ask someone to get it for you. Put it on your Christmas list so that in 2024, when I go shopping, we can run up all this stuff together and we can kind of chat and talk about our experiences and things that we found and all of that. Oh, I just get excited just thinking about talking to people about all of the things that I find at Costco. Whew. Okay, let's talk about what I really called you for now that we've gotten Costco out of the way. Because over the past few days, it has come to my attention that some of us, like in the sisterhood, some of us still have unresolved behaviors of hate. Let's just start there, Some of us still haven't gotten around to being okay with what you're doing without sending out negative energy or like bad vibes to the woman next to you for what she's doing, right? Now, like I say all the time, I'm coming into my 40s and I totally understand now about what people say about caring less about things as you age, like things just are what they are. And I hope that on this particular phone call, like we as a collective, like all of the girls, all of us, by the end of it, we can kind of come to a place where we say, I'm good with what I'm doing, and it's okay if somebody else is not doing what I'm doing. It's okay if someone else is choosing to try something that I wouldn't try. Maybe she's living her life in a way that maybe I wouldn't live my life, but it doesn't mean that the way she's living is bad. If it's good for her, like it's good. Truly, whatever happened to if you like it, I love it. I feel like somewhere along the way, we have gotten so far away from if you like it, I love it, that it's become kind of destructive to us as a whole, because people aren't doing if you like it, I love it anymore. People are kind of saying now, if you like it, girl, I hate it. That's what that's what the people are practicing now. Like, oh no, girl, if you like it, let me give you a whole list of reasons why I hate it, actually, or why I think that's wrong or bad or whatever. Like, if you're doing the opposite, or if you have feelings that are the opposite of someone else, people are coming in hot with their opinions as to what you should be doing and how what you are doing might be bad for us all, especially if you dare to even share what it is that you're doing that is different from everyone else, even if it's not so different, right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about Oprah and Oprah sharing that she is using a weight loss drug as a maintenance tool for weight loss. Now, if we could, let's go all the way back to the 1980s when Oprah was on TV, like very new to TV. Now, I really don't remember when Oprah started her TV career because I was born in 1984. But when I became of age and I was old enough to like watch Oprah at the hair salon, because that's back when you would go to the hair salon after school, or at least I was going to the hair salon after school. I was getting my fresh doobie wrap every week. You know what I'm saying? Oprah would be on TV and all the ladies sitting up under the hair dryer at the shampoo bowl in the stylish chair, like we would all be plugged in. I know a lot of the things that I know about life because I grew up watching the Oprah Winfrey Show, right? And as a fan of Oprah and her show, and her network on cable television and all of that, I do remember Oprah sharing her struggle with her weight off and on all throughout the years, right? At no point in time when I was watching Oprah, though, did I ever feel like Oprah was saying skinny was the only way to live your life. And I feel like some of the things that I've been reading online, I read a New York Times opinion piece last night that basically tried to say that Oprah is telling people or women, no matter how good you might have it in life, or no matter how successful you are or whatever, all of it means nothing if you're still not skinny. That's what people are accusing her of. And if you have ever watched her show, like as I have watched hours and hours and hours of Oprah. Nowhere on her show do I remember her saying that skinny was the only way to be, or like your life is nothing if you're not small. First of all, we don't even like the word skinny. And by we, I mean Black girls. Skinny is not something I think the majority of us like being called. We don't strive to be it. Now, we might strive to be in shape. We might strive to have some body, a little waist. We might want, to be fit, but, to keep the curve, right? But at no point in time do you ever hear, or I don't think I've ever heard a Black girl say to me, and I've been around Black women and girls my whole life, I don't think I've ever heard anybody be like, yeah, I want to be skinny. Now, I have heard people say, yes, like I want to lose weight, or I'm working on losing weight, like, ooh, girl, I got to lose this weight because I'm going on a cruise, or I got to do this because so-and-so is getting married, or whatever. Like, I've heard that, but for people to say that she has said those exact words, I think is highly inaccurate. I don't think I've ever heard her say that, nor has she ever encouraged us as a community, being women as a whole, to strive to be smaller. I think what she has done, though, is she has always shared her own battle with her weight in a way that has always been personal to her, right? So see, where I think y'all got it, not y'all, like not you, girl, because I know me and you, we the same, but I'm talking about them, as in the people that's dragging Oprah, like online. I think where they have gotten it messed up is that they're taking her, sharing her personal journey as her promoting her lifestyle for everyone. Now, a couple things can be true at one time. Does Oprah make money off of certain weight loss programs like Weight Watchers? Yeah, I'm sure absolutely. She does. She does. Does she tell everybody about how easy Weight Watchers makes her life because she's counting the points or doing whatever? Yes. Has she always done that even way before she owned Weight Watchers? Yes. She was doing that way before, right? Oprah, as quiet as it's kept, is the original influencer. She is no different than if I got on Instagram today and was like, hey, y'all, right now to stay in shape, I'm working out, doing this, this, and this. I'm eating this, this, and this, and this, and it's working for me. This is how I feel right now about my journey. This is what I'm doing to reach my goals. I'm just putting it out there just so you guys know what I'm doing to maintain or go after my goal, right? Oprah has done that her whole career. She has said, oh, I'm hiking with Gail. I'm doing this. I'm working out doing that. I'm buying everybody a treadmill. I'm doing Pilates. I'm drinking smoothies 7 times a day. Here's this person to educate us on juice cleanses. These are just random examples. They might not be actual things that she did on television, but you see what I'm saying. She has always shared all of these different things because as women, that is what we do. And I'm not sure why she's being held to like a different standard. Is it because she's Oprah? Which, okay, yeah, like she is Oprah. But at no point in time did Oprah hold a smoothie cup to your mouth and tell you to suck on a straw. I have watched her promote, what is that guy's name that did the juice or did the smoothie thing? Is it Ian? Dr. Ian? I can't remember. But he was one of the people who would come on her show and he would be on Dr. Oz talking about different things. And I want to say he did that whole smoothie revolution where you're drinking the smoothies and the results from the smoothies. I watched those episodes. And when the episode went off TV, at no point in time did I say to myself, oh, I'm about to start drinking smoothies for all my meals. Because like, girl, no, I like to chew food. So I don't take everything I see as like the new thing, like the new wave that I need to jump on. Right? I think sometimes it's okay to see things and take it for what it is as an option, just as information. kind of something that's good to know, just to, be aware of different choices that are out there. But it doesn't mean that just because somebody is telling you about something, they are telling you also need to adopt that thing. That would be like someone telling me all about, I don't know, like the Mercedes G-Wagon, right? You're telling me all about this car, the gas mileage, how to maintain it, all the benefits of it, how easy it's going to make my life. Like you're really educating me on this car, but it doesn't mean you're telling me to go out and buy one, right? It doesn't mean that you're telling me like, Tia, you need to drive this car because I just told you about it. No, you tell me about something like that and I'm going to just be like, okay, girl, and the Honda gets me everywhere I need to go, right? Good gas mileage. The maintenance on her never gives me sticker shock. Like I'm good where I'm at. And I think people need to apply that to every single influencer that is telling you anything about what they do to go after their fitness goals or maintain their current size, myself included. If I tell you I wake up at every day at 4 a.m. to walk for an hour and then I eat 6 9-ounce plates a day, and I tell you what's on my 9-ounce plates, and I tell you, oh, I also strength train at 9 a.m. 4 times a week, right? If I told you every single thing that I did to either maintain my size or like push myself towards a goal, people might then say to me, oh my gosh, like you're obsessed. Like this is taking over your life. Or I'm sure people out there would have opinions about what I'm doing. And to that, I would say, well, sis, like, girl, I don't care because what I'm doing makes me happy. I like what I get from doing what I do. And I'm sure someone, especially like if we just keep the focus on Oprah, is happy doing what she's doing because it got her exactly what she wanted. Now, I think what's also happening is people, for whatever reason, people like for people to have it hard. And I don't know why that is. Like, I don't know why some people like to know that people are down in the trenches and you are struggling. Like it was hard. Like I want you to have what you want, but girl, I want you to work hard for it. And it's kind of like, oh no, girl, me as a fitness coach, like, oh girl, no, I don't want that for you. Like, I don't want you to always have things so hard, or I don't want you to always have to struggle to get everything that you want. As a fitness coach, I would say to somebody, if a client came to me and they're like, hey, Tia, I went to the doctor and my doctor said, that based on a few different things and based on my habits, my doctor thinks I'm a good candidate for X, Y, or Z. What do you think about that? And I would say to her, like, well, girl, it's really not about what I think about it. It's about what you think about it. And I'm always going to support whatever decision you make, right? I could have my personal feelings about doing something like a weight loss drug for myself without condemning the next person for thinking it's a great choice for them, right? So I could say for myself, like, nah, I don't think I personally would do something like that. But if we're keeping it real and if we're keeping it a buck, I feel like that because that's just not something I have to think about. It's not an option. It's nothing. A doctor would never approve something like that for me. So why would I have my own personal feelings and opinions about that and allow them to affect how I feel about another woman thinking that it's the go-to choice for her, right? So if a client came to me and I knew that person had been working out for a long time, I knew she had been eating really well, and I knew that for a long time she'd been super consistent with doing everything within her power to get to where she wanted to be, and she asked me what I thought about her taking this opportunity that her doctor has given her. I would just be like, hey girl, if you have the time to go to the doctor's office, if you can afford it, and it's not going to be any sweat off your back, like no pun intended, it's not going to hurt you to do it. And you feel like it's the right choice for you, I'm going to support whatever decision that you make because that's what I'm here to do. Even if I wasn't a fitness coach, right? I'm here to support whatever decision you make. Almost like if a friend decided she wanted to get a tattoo on her face, right? Do I think tattoos on your face are something that I personally, would go for? Absolutely not. Like, I don't want to get a tattoo on my face like ever. Like, I don't think they're great, the best ideas, right? But if a friend of mine was like, oh my gosh, Tia, I really want to get a rose tattooed on my temple because I think it's dope. Like, I think it would be this. I think it would be that. Like, I really feel like this is something that I want to do. I probably would ask her, girl, are you sure? Because that's permanent unless you pay to get it removed. So like, are you sure? And if she was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I've thought a lot about it, blah, 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 I'd be like, okay, girl, well, when is your appointment? Because I will go with you and I will hold your hand while they put that rose on your temple. Like, I'm going to support whatever decision you make, even if I'm not necessarily in agreement with it for you or for myself. In that particular case, I'd be like, I don't know why she would want a rose on her temple. But, if that's what she wants to do, girl, I'll hold your hand and I will support you. And if somebody came to me and said something to me about the rose on your temple, like, I'm checking them. It's her face. It's her temple. It was her money. It was her time. And at the end of the day, if she changes her mind about it, she can get it removed. The same thing applies for all of this weight loss drug stuff with Oprah. If at any time Oprah decides she doesn't want to do this anymore, girl, she can just stop going to the doctor. Like, she can just stop going. I don't understand why people are so upset about this. She has literally done everything. And we know this because she has shared it for decades and decades. She's done everything in her power to achieve her goal. And for whatever reason, she just always had a hard time either getting there or staying there. And it is quite all right if she said to herself one day, I'm about to be 70 years old. If not now, when? I deserve to feel this way, however it is that she feels, having gotten closer to maybe her goal weight or size. Does she not deserve that before she dies? Or did y'all want her to be completely like unhappy with a part of her life forever? Like, is that what y'all wanted for her? Because if you did, like, you're a hater. If that's what you wanted for her, like, there's a part of you deep down inside that you're hating on her. It's got nothing to do with her, trying to make money off of a fad diet. It's got nothing. She never told anybody to start going over there and getting, their own little procedures done, or she never told anybody else to do it. She never told anybody else to do it. But what she did say to herself, I'm sure, is that when we all saw her in that purple dress and that waist was snatched and she looked great, I'm sure the majority of us said to ourselves, like, dang, look at Oprah. Like, Oprah looks good. Like, my best friend texted me and was like, girl, have you seen Oprah? Oprah's looking good. And I was like, yeah, girl, I saw her at the Color Purple. Like, she looks great. She looks happy. Like, Oprah looks good. And that's just kind of where it stopped for us. We never talked about, well, what do you think she did? None of that. Because for us, it was just great to see her so happy and looking so good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure why people are set on holding people where they are, even if it means that that person might not be unhappy. Which leads me to this. The whole body positivity movement is a beautiful thing, and it has really great intentions. But I think where it's starting to lose people is that people who do believe in body positivity are starting to shame people for wanting to be smaller. If you are a person and you're living in a bigger body and you express that you want to change that for whatever reason, there are people out there that are now saying like, oh, you don't love yourself, or that's toxic. You're giving into like toxic diet culture or whatever they're calling it, because I've seen it called many things. And I think that whole movement is going to lose people if they don't Olivia Pope it really quick and stay on their original messaging, which is love the body that you're in. Like, you can love the body that you're in, you can embrace it, you can treat it really well, you can practice healthy habits and live a perfectly healthy, happy life, right? You can if that's what you want to do. But if you're a person who feels like I'm healthy, I'm happy, but I would really feel better if I were to lose some weight or be a different size for whatever reason. Maybe losing that weight will make you feel better because it will make you physically feel better. It will take the pressure off of your back. Women get breast reductions every day because they're like, ooh, this is going to make me feel better. It doesn't mean that they hate it, their larger breasts. It just means that, ooh, if these were smaller, that would make me happier. Like, I would move through life a lot happier not having to deal with this. So sometimes people want things for very different reasons. It doesn't mean they dislike themselves, right? And we know this, but for whatever reason, we have taken quite a turn where we're saying like, oh, if you are not happy staying exactly how you are, then you have how like fallen into the whole capitalistic way of thinking that the next fad diet is something that you need to do, or, you got to buy a Peloton, or you got to do this and and it's kind of just like, no, people just want to feel good. They're not giving into anything. And I can only speak for myself when I say this. I know that when I was almost 180 pounds, I probably didn't look bad. I don't think I looked bad, right? So it wasn't about how I looked at all for me. For me, it was not about how I looked. Like, I thought I was still cute. I thought I was still giving. The outfits were still working. I mean, I had to buy new outfits because I didn't have no outfits that fit me. So every time I went somewhere, I had to go buy something. But, you take that out of the equation, and I still very much so was a happy person. What I did not like was the fact that I was always tired. My body moved slow. Going up and down the steps in my house, I would be winded. I would be ready to call it a day by like school pickup. I just couldn't move through life the way that I do when I'm in better shape. Period. Doesn't mean I ever hated my bigger body, because I didn't. I just knew for myself, like, oh, you probably need to really like buckle down and do what you need to do to get back in better shape, because there's no way you can continue to move through life as you age like this. Like, you're going to age super fast. And I know if you didn't listen to the last episode, I shared that at that time, my metabolic age, which I know people will be like, those things aren't accurate. Well, whether it was accurate or not, it told me that I was closer to 50 years old than 40. And I wasn't even like 39 yet. Like, I was literally 38, and that machine had me pushing 50, right? So it's not always about what you look like. And I feel like that whole movement has just assumed that people want smaller bodies, or they want to be skinny, or whatever you want to call it, purely for the aesthetic. So what they do is they accuse someone like Oprah of saying her life wasn't enough for her the way that it was if she wasn't also living that same amazing life skinny. And even if that is Oprah's truth, is that not her choice? Y'all talk so much about women and women having choices and women owning their bodies, and it's my body, my this. Okay, well, it's the same thing when you apply it to this. Her body, her choice. And you don't get to talk down to her or make her feel bad because of how she has chosen to go through life in her body. The lady is 70. If not now, when? When will it be okay for her to be happy in her body? And just because you might be happy with whatever your fitness journey is, that's great. We celebrate you. We support you. We're happy for you. But if another woman wants something different for herself, that is not an opportunity for you to start condemning her. Like, who are you to judge and try to shame women into feeling like if they want something different that looks different than what you want for yourself, she is somehow wrong? Like, shame on you for that. Shame on you for that. Because, where this also goes, for me anyway, this whole conversation goes back to people are damned if they do, they're damned if they don't, right? I think it was last year or maybe earlier this year when we saw Lori Harvey at the Met Gala in that amazing dress, and you could literally count the squares on her stomach because the girl was so lean, right? You guys see somebody like Lori Harvey and you'll say like, oh, she did what? She ate 1,200 calories. She did Pilates every day. She was running X amount of miles every day. Like, that's crazy. Blah, blah, blah. And I remember the discourse over that. Y'all didn't like that either. When the girl was working out and eating, like, I guess under the guidance of a chef or nutritionist or whatever, when she did it without a medication, as far as we know, she did it without a medication. Y'all didn't like that either. And so now a woman comes out and says like, yeah, I eat, I do Weight Watchers. I'm still active, but I went ahead and got me a little bit of this boom, boom, boom to give myself, an edge over what my body naturally just refused to do. And y'all have a problem with that too. So I'm not sure if it's the process, how she went about getting into her great shape that you guys don't like. I don't know if you guys feel like, oh, well, she cheated the system. And it's kind of like, no, Oprah does not have a monopoly over whatever weight loss drug she used. They didn't make that drug just for Oprah. It's out here for everybody. Now, she didn't name which one she used, but we all know if you're on TikTok, there are several weight loss drugs out there. There's Mounjaro, I think one is called Metformin, Ozempic. Like, there are lots of them out on the market these days. Oprah doesn't own any of them. If you want to get on a weight loss drug for maintenance or to just help yourself, like activate some body fat loss or whatever, however you want to word it. If you want to do it, it's out there for you to get it. You just have to be willing to go to the doctor and pay them for it. And I think that's the other thing that people probably get upset about because they're like, oh, because she has money, she can afford. And that's true. It's a privilege because the people that are using it and sharing their experience on TikTok talk about how expensive it is. But I think people are saying they only go once a month. So I don't know. But it is expensive. And so maybe people feel like, you're cheating the system, or you really didn't earn your weight loss if you do it that way. And I'm like, this is no different than someone having plastic surgery. And we all know how people feel about that. The second a girl gets a boob job, or she has a little bit of lipo, or she changes her nose, or she gets a BBL, or like whatever, people are all in an uproar. It's like, oh, she should have just loved herself the way that she was. And it's kind of like, well, maybe we loved her. Maybe we loved her the way that she was, right? But if she was bothered by something that she was looking at every day in the mirror, it's her body and her choice to go out there and do what she feels is right for her. And I will even go there, and her own mental health. Because what people are failing to understand is that if something is truly bothering somebody at a level where they say, I'm going to go see a doctor about this, I'm willing to take a prescription drug, or I'm willing to get on an operating table, like I'm willing to take that next step to change this thing about myself, I'm pretty sure that person has thought about it a lot before making that choice. They didn't just haphazardly fall into it, right? And for the people who do it just because they can, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some rich people out here that are just like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and get that so that I can, be in shape without necessarily having to work out. And again, even if we might not like that, we don't agree with it, it's still her body and her choice. And we should not be in a place where we're judging people or condemning them for the very choices that could quite possibly be, keeping them happy, right? It could be keeping them closer to the life that they feel like they should be living or they deserve to live. I hope that we can all start being more supportive of each other's decisions. We all do not have the same 24 hours in a day. We don't. My 24 hours isn't your 24 hours. Your 24 hours is not the next woman's. It's certainly not Oprah's. So what we should all do is think about our own personal journeys more. Focus on what we are doing as individuals more. And be happy and content with our own journey more. Like, find peace on your own journey. And know that if you're not where you want to be just yet, that as long as you keep putting in the work, as long as you remain consistent, eventually in time, you will get to where you want to go or very close to it. And should you find that you're putting in a lot of work and you still feel like, nothing is happening for you, do not feel ashamed. And this is why Oprah shared what she was doing. Do not feel ashamed for going after what you feel you want, because you deserve to live a life that is exactly how you want it to be. It doesn't mean that you don't currently love the body that you have. It just means that I'm sure you have a lot of reasons for wanting just a little bit more. And people will say like, people will have something to say about it. But guess what, girl? They're going to have something to say about it regardless. They are going to have something to say about it no matter what. So you may as well do exactly what it is you want to do, because as the evidence has been laid out for us in the court of girls versus fitness, we know that whether you're Lori Harvey or Oprah Winfrey or somewhere in between, people are going to have an opinion about what you do, no matter what. I know I personally have had people say things to me like, oh, you can work out like that because of how your day is set up. And I say to them, yeah, girl, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm not negating that at all. I can work out and focus a lot of my time on what I'm eating and how I'm training because of how my day is set up, right? That's why it's important to say everybody's 24 hours is not the same. And if you find that your schedule isn't allowing you to maybe train the way you want it or meal prep the way you want or whatever, those are things that can always be fine-tuned, right? You can always change that. And if you find that you're doing and you feel like you're just going in circles and nothing is happening, don't ever feel bad for doing what you feel like it's going to take to get you to where you want to go. And I do believe that is that on that. Ladies, we just all have to do better. Be more supportive. Be more encouraging. And for crying out loud, if someone has lived long enough to reach their 70s and they feel like they want to change something or do something because they've got more days behind them than they have in front of them, you should truly be ashamed of the fact that you are telling them they have to suffer in whatever thoughts and feelings that they have had their whole lives. Because that's sad. And I'm kind of sad for you for having that kind of point of view on other people. I mean, gee whiz, we lose nothing by being supportive. You really don't. As a matter of fact, I would like to believe that you invite good karma into your life when you are more supportive. When you're not sitting somewhere stewing and hating, I bet you age a lot slower, Sometimes people say to me, oh my gosh, you don't even look like you're about to turn 40. Like, is it because you work out? No, girl, it ain't because I work out. It's because I'm not a hater. It's because my little heart truly is filled with puppies and rainbows, sparkly things, and love and joy. It really is. It really is because I practice minding my own business. And when something ain't got nothing to do with me, I leave it alone. You know, I choose to be more supportive than I choose to be judgy, right? If you're doing something differently than I am or that I would choose to do, I just say, whoo, girl, I wish you the best. Like, I hope it works out for you. Because my goodness, right? I wish you the best. I would never want for you what I would not want for myself. And that is, at the end of the day, to be able to sleep well at night, to be at peace when you wake up in the morning, to be able to look at yourself in a mirror and fully, truly, genuinely like what you see without, any subconscious feelings or thoughts that oppose what you are affirming to yourself, right? That's what I would want for you. So people want to know what the real fountain of youth is. First and foremost, I think is minding your own business. Number 2, I think is not being judgy, truly loving the next woman or appreciating the next woman enough to say, I want what's best for you. I want for you what you think is best for you, and I'm going to support it either way it goes. We're not here to tell each other how to live our lives. We're just not. Whether this about a diet or anything else. It's not our job. It's not our job. It's not our job. It's not our job. I think if we can all just get back to, if you like it, I love it, that'll take us very far. It will take us far. And lastly, before we switch to another topic, especially when we're thinking about the Oprahs of the world, let's just remember, Oprah has access to a world that we just couldn't even imagine. She has enough resources to pretty much do whatever she wants. And at the end of the day, all the jewelry, all the vacations, all of the philanthropy, all of the things that we think of when we think of like filling up our own cups, all of the self-care, just all of it, all of the things that you could possibly think of to fill your cup, she has probably filled her cup up for several lifetimes. And at the end of the day, when her cup was probably overflowing, she said to herself, I want my cup to be overflowing, but I really want to just experience this as the woman that I see in my mind. And that is perfectly okay. Like, it's fine. We'll all get over it. We'll all move through it. Love your own body. Focus on loving your own body. And try not to think of other people's bodies as much, because it's not your responsibility to take care of their bodies. It's theirs. Right? Okay. So let's talk about the new year and some new goals, because this might be my last call, girl, before the end of the year, because Christmas, I think, is like next week or so, or close to it. Yeah, Christmas is like coming. It's coming within the next week, I think. Christmas is coming, and shortly after Christmas is my wedding anniversary. So the last 2 weeks of the year are normally pretty busy for me. So this might be my last call. So I want to talk about the new year and the new goals that I know everybody is going to be setting. And when we think about setting goals, I want people to think about a couple of things. And we're going to call this like the 3P strategy for goal setting, because it's a little different than maybe some of the things I've talked about previously on the podcast in terms of like goal setting. But I think this makes it simple, and maybe this will help people be more consistent in the new year. And we're certainly going to focus a lot on this, like within the app. If you have not joined us in the app community just yet, I just want to say in January, we're doing like a full-blown class on habit building and nutrition. You will know everything you need to know to be consistent and go after your goals for the whole year after January, right? But just to give you a little sneak peek of what you can expect, if you're thinking about fitness-related goals for the new year, right? I want you to think about these 3 P's. Plan, prepare, and prioritize. That's really all you have to do, right? You have to come up with a plan. And you could plan weekly if that helps you. You can plan monthly if that helps you. You could do like a hybrid of the two. I know a lot of people do that. Like they plan for the week and then they have like a monthly outlook as a whole. Some people might even do like a plan day to day, like a day-to-day plan. I just wouldn't recommend that for consistency. I would say at least do a week, but you want to come up with a plan. What are your goals? And how do you plan to go after that goal? So are you going to join a gym? Are you joining some type of workout community at home and you're going to do home workouts? Are you going to have to buy equipment? Are you going to hire a trainer or a coach? What is your plan? Like, these are my goals. What is my plan to reach these goals? So that's the first P. Plan it out. The second P is to then prepare. Do you need workout clothes, or would it make you more excited to work out every day if you had like cute workout clothes? Do you need new walking or running shoes? Do you need at-home fitness equipment? Do you know the quickest way to get to the gym in the morning during rush hour? Have you been able to purchase like little meal prep containers? Like, maybe you work in an office setting and you're going to have to take some food to work with you. Like, have you prepared a meal plan or figured out how you're going to make cooking easier for yourself? Do you need to buy an air fryer? Things like that. Am I prepared for my plan? Right? And then the last P is to simply prioritize your plan. Right? And this is, I think, is what's taking us out. It's the prioritizing, right? Because we're busy people. You probably have a job. You might have a family. You might be a part of clubs. Maybe you're super involved in your church. You just have so many demands on your time. You have a lot of competing time commitments, and it makes you a little stressed maybe when you think about the fact that now you're having to like squeeze in a workout every day, or however many times a week you're planning to work out. And what I would encourage everyone to do is to flip that way of thinking. And from now on, your priority is to yourself. Like, your priority is the workout, right? And then everything else you squeeze in. And I know that's tough because people are going to be like, Tia, I got to go to work. And you do. You do. We all do. Everybody's got to work, right? So I'm not talking about telling your boss you can't come in until 10 because you got to go to you got to go to the gym at 8 or 8:30. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like within your your work schedule, like, most people work 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or whatever. So like, let's take that as an example. That's your work schedule. What I'm saying is you may need to prioritize getting up and working out before you even start your day, right? That might be it for you. Or in the evenings, maybe after work, maybe you were doing a little happy hour situation, or maybe you were going to, I don't know, maybe you're a member of some club, or you just have different things that you were doing with your time after work, as we all, do, because after work, your natural response once you get off work is to decompress, is to just take a sigh and breathe deep and be like, "Whoo, girl, you just want to take your earrings and your bra off and your shoes off." I get it. But maybe after work, if you decided you're not going to be a morning person, is okay, like after work, I have my gym bag in my car because I've prepared for my plan and I head to the gym. I know the quickest route or the best route to take from my job to the gym. I'm going to drive that route. As I'm driving to the gym, maybe I'm going to drink me a little protein shake or have me a little snack. and I'm going to go and I'm going to work out, right? Or you might be a person that has to prioritize, getting your fitness time in above maybe, your lunch break every day at work. I remember I used to work with the girl that would go to the gym on our lunch break. We would all be like sitting in the break room, kind of like just talking, eating, whatever. And she would literally go to the gym and swim on her lunch break every day. And then she'd come back to work like nothing, like nothing had ever happened. So, I mean, you've got to sit down and really think about how you can go about prioritizing your habits, so that it fits seamlessly into your day, right? Because you don't want it to feel like it's a chore or like it's super challenging to do every day, because that will affect your consistency. But if you're able to plan it so that, and you're prepared, right? All you have to do is just prioritize it. And you're going to say, no matter what else comes into play at this time on this, on these days out of the week, I'm going to work out, right? And I think that should be enough to get the ball rolling for most people, to help yourself like gain momentum. And then if you want to be a little bit more, I would say like aggressive with your prioritization, you can get to a place where you won't even schedule or plan anything when you can help it, you know what I'm saying, around your workout time. Because I know I'm that way. I won't even schedule anything of course, at 4 a.m., there's nothing happening. Girl, ain't nothing going on but the rent at 4 a.m. But then at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I don't even schedule anything. Like, as soon as I drop my child off at school, I go immediately to the gym. And if there is something that I have to do that's like, appointment based, I don't schedule it until after 10:30. So that gives me enough time to like work out and then go about my day. So, try to protect whatever you've decided your workout time is going to be. Try to protect it as much as possible and see if that doesn't help you, start the year off super consistent. Because, girl, let me tell you, 2024 is coming. It's coming. And I know all of the challenges and all of the opportunities will be out there, online or maybe even in person in your gym. And before you do anything, just make sure you have sat down and you have said what your goals are going to be. Write down a plan for how you want to go after those goals. Prepare for them. Prepare for that plan. And then just every day when you wake up, make sure you make that your priority. Prioritize your plan. And if you do that, girl, trust me, if you do that by Easter, it's going to be popping. By Easter, you're going to be in a groove. Like, by Easter, you will be really feeling yourself and you'll be so proud of yourself for having shown up for yourself, like the whole first quarter of the year. So remember the 3 Ps. And if you need help with that, or just figuring out how to schedule your workouts, or you need help with meal planning, or any of that, remember, we do have an app community. You can get plugged in there where I basically lay out all your stuff for you. And then every day, all you have to do is open the app and live your life and check the things off as you do them. It's really simple. You can log your food. You can log your workouts. We share gratitude, or like daily gratitude. There's a new fun little fitness challenge every month. And of course, like I said, in January, we'll be doing a whole class on like building habits and focusing on our nutrition and how to eat better to go after our goals. So if you want to get plugged in with that, feel free to email me at tiavfitness@gmail.com, or you can message me on Instagram at tiavfitness. And before we wrap up, let's talk about a couple things that are random yet relatable, because I know everyone's been seeing everything. First and foremost, Ashanti is pregnant with Nelly's baby. And y'all really jumped on her about that too. Like, what is it with the shaming? For shame, as Chelsea Clinton would say. Like, what is it with the shame? Oh my gosh, what you do to me is a shame. Sometimes I think I'm going insane. Oh my God. What is it with the shame? Like, that girl said she was pregnant and y'all were like, ooh, Ooh, I think that is one time when everybody was like, if you like it, I love it. But like, why are y'all mad at her? Because she and Nelly dated like years ago. Then they broke up for the longest. They got back together. And it seems like when they got back together, girl, like they hit the ground running. Like clearly, because she's pregnant. And people had such a negative response to that. And I'm like, those people look happy. I don't care. I don't care. They look happy. I think Ashanti is in her 40s. And she might, too, be having one of those, situations where she's like, if not now, when? Like, if I can't have it now, like, when am I going to have it? She might be having some of those thoughts and feelings. So I'm happy for her because having a baby ain't no joke. I could not imagine being pregnant, like this close to my 40s. Like, let me knock on some wood or something. Because y'all know I've had my tubes tied twice. I got them tied that first time and it didn't take. And I got another kid out of that. I got them tied the second time and I've been safe up until this point, but that is because I also pray. When I pray every day that the Lord will give somebody else whatever baby he might have been thinking about giving it to me. Because I'm like, God, there are people more deserving than me, more deserving me. The desire is in their hearts, not mine, Lord. And I don't want you to get the lines crossed up because I know sometimes the way the phone signals be working out, she might be on 5G and I might be on LTE because I'm somewhere down in a hole somewhere. I'm in Target and I have a good signal. And so sometimes them baby lines be getting crossed up. But I say, Lord Jesus, on today, make sure you get the lines right this time when you be connecting people to the babies. Don't connect one to me. I've had enough. My cup runneth over. And that is no longer the desire of my heart in particular. So, sir, ma'am, please, no. And Ashanti might be on that 5G. She want him. She had him on the main line. And she was like, listen, bruh, if me and him get back together, because she might have said to him, like, listen, Lord, I really didn't dislike him all that much. He just needed to grow up. He just needed to do a little bit of growing. And if he ever comes back into my life, number one, please make sure he comes back to me as a grown man that ain't got a whole bunch of problems. He don't have a slew of issues. So if he comes back, bring him back to me right, Lord, with a mouth full of veneers that are shiny and white. Oh, the Nelly has white teeth and he keeps them pearly white. She might have said that to him. And if he comes back like, Lord, that's who I want my baby daddy to be. Like, let's bust it down and do this, right? And so, you know what? Lord said, I'm in the blessing business. That's what I do. And you ain't never gave me no problems. And see, he's not meant to be with that woman that he was with. So let me go ahead and do some redirecting, bring you guys, let me open up your heart, Ashanti, so that when he comes back, you'll be ready to receive. And boom, I'm going to make it happen. And y'all throwing salt on that woman's miracle. I don't like that. People throwing salt on her. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for them. Because they look super happy together. And I hope she has a safe, healthy, and happy pregnancy. And that this time in her life is filled with all of the things. I know Ashanti is about to have a bomb baby shower. I just know she is. And I hope she shares it on social media. Because I know her mama is about to go up for her. I don't know if Ashanti's little sister has a baby or not. So I don't know if this is going to be like the first baby in their family. But, if it is, y'all know that's about to go way up. And Ashanti is probably going to be the cutest pregnant person we have seen since Sierra just had her baby not too long ago. So, yes. Oh, and congratulations to Sierra. Sierra keeps popping out those babies, too. Sierra might have them on the main line as quiet as it's kept. We all know because y'all was asking for Sierra's prayer a long time ago. And it seems like Sierra keeps praying that same prayer over and over again. But see, now she's on number 4. And I will be willing to bet she might be, she might be willing to give y'all that prayer now. Because she might be done with it. If I know anything about having multiple children, Sierra has one more than I do, and I'm willing to bet she might go ahead and post that prayer for y'all so y'all can start praying it. The girls on TikTok, though, say that they eat grapes underneath their kitchen table on New Year's Eve, and that helps them like come into a life full of love and like getting married and having babies and all of that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe between the main line and eating them grapes up under the table, many of you will come into what is meant for you in 2024 if love and all of that is on your list for 2024. And I hope that all comes true for you if that's what you're gonna do. But if you haven't seen the grapes under the kitchen table thing on TikTok, please go over there so you'll know what I'm talking about. It is so funny. But for some of them, it actually worked out. And like the girls are like pregnant, married, and all of the things. And I just think that that's super fascinating. We talked about Christmas already. Like, I had to wrap presents yesterday. I spent the majority of my time yesterday wrapping gifts and watching the Christmas episodes of Virgin River, which were really good, and so cute and just so Virgin River. If you know, you know that it was perfect. And then I ended up watching the final episodes of The Crown, and I just gotta say, I feel like they skipped over a lot of things. We went from William being like a little heartthrob and him meeting Kate and them dating to her dying. There was no in between. Like, we never saw Harry go to the military. We never saw Harry grow up even a little bit. They did show Harry with the swastika costume. So what they did show of him made him look irresponsible and just bad. But we never got to see any of his growth. And I don't know if that's because he's the spare and not the heir. But I really didn't like that. And that's why Harry don't do them people now. That's why he took his cute wife and them cute babies to California. Because he said, you know what? Y'all not going to miss me. Y'all not going to miss me because y'all been treating me like this since day one. And I think that could possibly be the reason why they didn't show Harry all that much, because they just kind of seemed like they were never truly invested in him. And I guess that's just because he's the spare and not the heir. I mean, who knows? I don't know. But I didn't like the way they did Harry, and I didn't like the way that show ended after all these seasons. I'm just like, that's the best y'all could do, is show us that she planned her own funeral, which, duh, I would assume that she would have. And I don't know. I didn't like it. And when shows end really bad, it makes me not like the show as a whole. Because I'm just like, I spent a lot of time watching this show, and y'all did not give me what I needed in the end. I think the only show that I can think of off the top of my head that had a really good ending and finale was On My Block. And that's on Netflix. If you've never seen it, go. It's about kids that live in California. Lots of adventures. Lots of, I don't know, just interesting things happen with this little group of friends. And y'all should watch it. But the show ends like perfectly based on how the show started. I think one of the things that I'm going to do for 2024 is make another bucket list. Those seem to work out really well for me. I'm still trying to figure out what my word of the year is going to be. I haven't quite nailed that down yet, but I know one of the things that I want to do next year is learn how to do a really good makeup look. Like, I want to be able to do my makeup like the girls in the Get Ready With Me videos. So when I do go somewhere, I can step it up a little bit if I want to. I don't really wear that much makeup, or I don't wear it often, but when I do wear it, I feel like I'm not applying it in the best way. And I don't know if that's like a product thing or if it's technique or a little bit of both, but I'm like, one of the things going on my list for sure is going to be learn how to do a really good face of makeup. But I think I'm going to do a 40-40 bucket list, for my 40th year around the sun. I'm going to write down 40 things that I would like to do in 2024. Some of them will be very small, very, very small, because I know people will be like, 40 things, oh my God. And then some of them, of course, will be, of the more extra variety, it'll be extra. It'll be what I like to do. It'll be how I like to show up, which is, doing the most, doing all the things. So I'm going to make a list. I don't know if I'll share my list. I might. We'll see. I don't know, because I see what happens now when people are transparent and they share stuff. I see how y'all like to turn on them and turn it into something. Because I might share my 40 for 40 list and people will be like, 20 things would have been enough. You're not grateful for the 20 you did last year. And I was just like, girl, stop. So I think I'll think about whether or not I'll share the list, but that's where I'm headed right now, thinking I'll do a 40 for 40, and kind of let that guide my, personal year. My 40 for 40 list has nothing to do with these children or, doing stuff with my husband. Is solely things that I want to make sure I do for myself. Now, sometimes that might include other people, but it's the things that I want to make sure that I'm experiencing, for myself, so that I can make sure I'm living a life that is very fulfilling for myself. Because as you know, when you are the orchestrator, the facilitator, the planner, the preparer, when you are all of the things, when you are making memories happen for other people, sometimes you forget to make them happen for yourself too. And I feel like we all deserve to live the life that we want to live. And that is exactly what I plan on doing. As I turn 40 and for forever after that, as the Lord sees fit for me. So yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else, that I saw or read to share. So yeah, I think that'll do it. One of my kids is homesick from school today, so I'm gonna go in there and check on him, make sure he's, in there thriving and getting better. He had a little bit of a situation yesterday where I could tell he had a cough, and if they cough too hard, y'all already know what comes after that. So thank goodness we have hardwood floors now, so that's a plus. And so today he woke up and he felt a little warm, like nothing that I feel like he needs to go to the emergency room over or anything like that. But, he felt a little warm. He still has an appetite. So he's not sick. I think he's just kind of down bad a little bit. So I'm going to go in there and check on him and see if I can get him to bounce back before their school break begins later on this week. So yeah, I think that'll do it for us today. Remember, when you're out, say something nice to the lady next to you. When you run into somebody, be nice. Lord, when you're online, be nice. Remember, we don't all have to live the same lives. We can all be very different, but still be incredibly supportive of one another. I think, that's got to be the new wave, ladies. In 2024, we got to start being more supportive than we are judgmental. So compliment women when you're out, because if you haven't been doing it, you might be in the practice of saying more negative things than you say positive. And the only way to correct that is to start being more positive and saying more positive things, speaking more joy over other women, wanting what's best for them, wishing them all the best. You lose nothing by complimenting women. So make sure you do that. Never knock another woman's hustle. So whether she's working out and clocking those calories, or whether she's going down to the doctor's office and getting shot up with that Ozempic, girl, you love her all the same. Never knock her hustle. Never knock her process for living the life that she wants to live. And lastly, don't compare, don't compete, don't complain, because what God has for you will always and forever only solely be for you, and no one can take that away from you. So don't you forget it. I will talk to you guys in the new year. Be safe. Happy, merry everything. Love you, girl. Bye.